Hey, what's up? This is the Jared Dean Show. Today is Thursday, and it's also the day of the NBA trade deadline. Some major moves that have been done prior to today was Monte Ellis went to the Bucks for Andrew Bogut and Steven Jackson. Before I get into that, just some quick NFL news, and then I'll spend the rest of the time talking about the NBA. In the NFL, the 49ers signed Randy Moss. So let me know. Do you think that's a... I personally don't... Alex Smith, I have great respect for Alex Smith as a quarterback. I think he's very accurate. But he's not really... They don't throw it down the field enough, I think, to utilize Randy Moss. If he would have went to New Orleans, back to New England, a team with a quarterback that likes to throw deep, then I could see, but I just don't know how long he's going to last in San Fran and how successful he'll be. And I can already tell you Jim Harbaugh, isn't going to put up with his crap. So I don't know how long he'll be with them. Mario Williams signed with the Bills, the former number one pick from the Texans. He signed with the Bills. Also, Calvin Johnson became the richest wide receiver in NFL history. What is it? $60 million guaranteed, $132 million overall, something like that. $132 million 8-year contract, which is a ridiculous amount of money because I believe wide receivers are a dime a dozen, but we're not going to get into that. That's Peyton Manning still deciding on a team. We'll see where that goes. This has been a pretty crazy ride. Back to the NBA. Start off with a big blockbuster trade that has been done. Then I'm going to get into a big blockbuster trade that hasn't been done, and then I'm going to discuss what the Lakers are doing, who they're looking to acquire, that sort of thing. The first big trade that has been done, this was done a couple of days ago. Monte Ellis was traded to the Bucks for Andrew Bogut and Steven Jackson. Those are the big players included in the deal. There were a couple others, but not really important. This deal, I don't know why the Warriors would do this. For the Bucks, I think it's a great deal. Andrew Bogut, it's not like he's even playing. He has a broken ankle. So you trade a player who hasn't even been playing for Monte Ellis, that's a good deal for them. But the Warriors, I have no idea why they would want to do this. The only thing I could see is if Andrew Bogut was healthy, I would, he's a good center. But I think the Warriors are 100% committed to Stephen Curry, and that's who they want their guy to be. That's who they want to build around. And to do that, I think they were getting Monte Ellis out of town. And Steven Jackson, the Bucks said the only way a team could trade for Andrew Bogut is if they took Steven Jackson with them. That's kind of why he was included in the deal. But, I mean, we'll see what happens. I think this definitely makes the Bucks very, very dangerous to get into the playoffs and, maybe knock off a team. Anytime you have Monte Ellis and Brandon Jennings on the court, those are both really good players. So that's a killer duo right there. But we'll see what happens. Also, that's the big blockbuster deal that had happened. The one that hasn't and that won't happen is Dwight Howard. If you are a Nets fan, a Lakers fan, a Mavs fan, any sort of fan of a team that was in the running to get Dwight, now you'll not get him, at least not this year, not next year, not till the year after. He has decided to waive his opt-out of his contract, so he's going to stay with the Magic this season and next season. And when he agreed to that, he apologized for the circus, and he said his heart's in Orlando, his soul's in Orlando, everything he loves is in Orlando, which I definitely can't blame him for staying. Um, they just beat Miami. They just beat the Bulls. And I think he's really going to give management some time to build around him. He's going to see Kenny win a championship. So he's pretty much given the Magic 2 more shots at winning a title, and if they can't, then he's out. So when this whole Dwight Howard situation started this summer, I was really, as a Lakers fan, I really wanted Dwight. But as time went on and Andrew Bynum's been playing so well, I couldn't see trading Andrew for him, and Dwight's just really turned me off with this personality and, all this, oh, I want out, oh, no, I want to stay, I want to go to these teams, no, I want to go to these teams, just so indecisive, and, and I think part of it was he definitely doesn't want to be a second fiddle to anybody, and when Kobe actually texted Dwight and said, I want you to be my Tyson Chandler, I believe when Kobe said that, Dwight kind of like, that's when he removed L.A. from his list, because Dwight knew coming to L.A. he would until Kobe retires, he's always going to be second fiddle, and I know he definitely wants to be the big fish in the pond. But the next thing is some Lakers moves. Just real quick. Also the Bucks. Maybe it was the Bucks. The Clippers are in talks to get Raja Bell from the Jazz. He's an experienced veteran. Him and Kobe used to clash in the playoffs, but I think that'd be a good addition for their shooting guard. I think it was the Bucks traded for the Pacers traded for Boris Diaw. The Pacers are already a good team. They're just adding ammunition. But the next thing I'd like to get into is the Lakers. They're currently in talks with Minnesota and the Blazers in a 3-team deal. What it would be is the Blazers would send Jamal Crawford to the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves would send Luke Ridnour to the Blazers. The Lakers would send a draft pick and the trade exception to Minnesota for Michael Beasley, and I'm hoping that they will also, if Steve Blake's included in the deal to Minnesota or the Blazers, the Lakers could get Raymond Felton from the Blazers, or they could go after Ramon Sessions. I think that's definitely, anytime you add a player like Michael Beasley, if he can keep his attitude straight and focus on playing basketball, then it's definitely a good deal for the Lakers when you're barely giving up anything. And but I'll say this will be a big disaster if they trade for Michael Beasley and they keep Steve Blake and Derek Fisher and they don't upgrade at the point guard spot, then they're not going to win a championship. But if they were to get Ramon Sessions and Michael Beasley, they could definitely compete. But I just don't know. Is Michael Beasley, I'm just not sure. What do you think? That's my question of the day. Are they bringing Michael Beasley in? Would he fit better as a backup to Pau Gasol and Andrew Bynum? He is 6'10", but he's likes to play around the perimeter a lot too. Would he be a good backup for them? Or would you want to get rid of Metta World Peace or Matt Barnes, because the forward spots are already taken up, small forward spots with Matt Barnes and Metta World Peace. I think Beasley would back up for Pau Gasol and Andrew Bynum, because Troy Murphy just isn't giving much production for the backup power forward spot. But yeah, if the Lakers do, it's coming down to the wire, and I'm going to be extremely disappointed in the Lakers if they don't get a trade at all and they keep their roster the same, because the roster they have now is not a championship roster. It's not. Because last year they got swept by the Mavs and they got worse. So how would that translate into a championship? I don't know. But anyway, so if they get Michael Beasley and Ramon Sessions or Raymond Felton, I do believe they can go out there with the best of them. But we'll see what happens. If they are able to get Michael Beasley and they want to play him as a small forward spot, should they start him over Metta World Peace, or should Metta World Peace keep his job? Metta World Peace's defense is great. Michael Beasley really doesn't play a whole lot of defense. And also, the Lakers are on a 4-game winning streak, 2 back-to-back games on the road. Last night, they beat the Hornets, and if Metta World Peace didn't steal the ball in overtime, arguably they would have lost. So, I would say keep starting Metta. Let me know what you think. I'll probably make a video tomorrow confirming any trades that are done, anything like that. This is still before the deadline that I'm filming this, but we'll see what happens. All right, later.